Welcome to this episode of Showcase Wedding. I'm your host, Rebecca Martel. In this episode, let me introduce you to business owners that want to make the most of your day. We've all heard the expression that a photo is worth 1,000 words, or it can capture an emotion. Now I get to introduce you to Bob and Brenda from Photographic Memories, where they're going to teach us how they capture those moments. Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Tell me a little bit about you and your husband and wife photography team.
Well, we've been working together for over 20 years. I first took Brenda's picture, so she was on the other side of the camera, and I took her picture. She took my heart. And we've been together ever since. Of course, she was interested in photography at the time, or I wouldn't have had her there. We've since formed it into a beautiful relationship that we can work together, play together, live together. It's been beautiful, beautiful.
And tell me a bit about your business. Tell me, when I come to you and I need you as a photographer, are you the one that I'm going to be hiring?
Yes. And that's really an important thing to note. A lot of bride and groom spend a lot of time and effort researching, finding the perfect photographer, finding the stuff they like, possibly paying even extra money because they like the look of a particular studio. And when they open the door on the day of their wedding, there's another photographer there that they've never met. So you do want to be cautious that the photographer you chose is not a big company with what they call a stable of photographers. And to elaborate on that, often the most expensive weddings will get the better photographers. So you will see the best photographers work. They're not going to show the secondary and third ranked photographers on their studio. They're going to show top quality. And their studio is responsible legally for that work. But if your budget comes under what their top photographers want, they'll still book the wedding. They'll just give it to some of their lower learning people. So you may end up with a C or D quality, and you may have paid for A or B. And it's very disappointing. At that point, the bride doesn't want to ruin her day.
No.
So there's no complaining, and they go with it.
So having the two of you show up on site, what type of different photos can you collect?
Well, you know, it's really nice to have two photographers, particularly two people who work together every week. And because there's several styles of photography people love. And journalistic, or what you might call candid, is really important right now. And as important as candid and journalistic photography is, the classic photography is going to capture those portraits of your mother and your father and family and friends that you're going to have around for a long, long time.
The photo everyone's expecting to see.
Yes, and you do need those. Mama's got her hair professionally done. She's got her makeup professionally done. Beautiful dresses, beautiful clothes. This is what we love about wedding photography.
Yes.
When we do standard photography throughout the, people are dressed nicely, but when we do a wedding with the flowers and the beautiful halls and the backgrounds, that's such a gorgeous opportunity to get beautiful photography. So candids are great. They're fun, they're beautiful, and we love them. Brenda will probably be handling a good percentage of those while I am posing.
Now, Photographic Memory is a husband and wife team, and Brenda, you're the wife part of the team. Tell me, how does having a woman on site bring out different emotions?
Definitely. It's very important to have a woman on site. Men are more technical, women are more emotional, and they can capture things from the bride and the groom as well. It's just a beautiful feeling.
Out of everybody on the wedding day, who would you say is the hardest one to get a photograph from?
Children. They are the sweetest, beautiful little things you see, but the minute you go to take a picture of them, they will run. So you have to be on your toes at all times.
So do you think your background has helped out with that?
Oh, 100%, 100%, yes. Yep.
Now, a bride works really hard on all the little details at a wedding and the little pieces. How do some photographers overlook that?
Oh, it's very, very important to get details. Everything that they've put into the wedding is very, very important because, yes, they remember them, but it's important to capture them. And 20 years from now, when they look back, beautiful. They'll always remember and cherish those photos. Everybody else will too.
So how would you describe your style?
I would have to say that we cover both equally, candid and classic photography. So that you're covered and mom and dad are going to be just as happy with the photography as you.
As you are, yeah, because it's about pleasing everybody, isn't it?
That's right, you know, and to have a cousin there or an uncle there. And let's face it, family dynamics change over the years. So it's really wonderful to be able to capture those while you have the opportunity.
How many weddings would you say you shoot in a year?
Well, like I said earlier, we're a little bit of a smaller company, more personalized. We don't have a huge stable of photographers we can send out to weddings. We find that very impersonal. And we also love the people we're dealing with and we want to be involved with their wedding. Having said that, a lot of people aren't getting married in February. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are not being used. You probably have about 35 to 40 qualifying days a year.
Yeah.
Now, because of Friday, the maximum weddings we shot once was 68.
Still
and
busy.
we're typically going to be down more around 50.
Now, not just referrals, but you end up having to work with a lot of the same team members or different team members. Do you work well with other videographers?
Absolutely. We have a lot we know as friends over the years, but we also have our own in-house video. So we do photography and video, and that really is the best of both worlds for the bride and groom. It's cost effective, and it's time effective. So rather than having two people competing for the same time slot, when somebody books my company for both products, I know I have to deliver two beautiful services. To cut corners on one or the other is not going to do anyone any good. So you can be guaranteed if you hire a company to do both, that they're going to have worked together more and they're going to deliver a beautiful product because of that.
Brenda, tell us, where can we see some of your beautiful photographs?
Yeah, we have a beautiful website, photographicmemories.ca, as well as being on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Well, thank you so much, the two of you, for coming in and sharing with me.
Thank you.
When you're ready to see some of the beautiful and award-winning photos, you can go to the Showcase Wedding website and click on their link. If you are looking for a hidden gem to host your wedding, the Ben Miller Inn is definitely a place to visit. Thank you, ladies, for being in studio.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today.
Monique, please give us some history on your location and how it came to be.
Yes, Ben Miller Inn and Spa was founded in 1974, and it was established from what used to be old mills, like a woolen and a grist and a water mill. Our main building, the woolen mill, it goes back all the way to the end of the 19th century.
Describe to me a little bit about the beautiful location.
Yes, all this charm and historical characteristic is located on 25 acres on the Maitland River. We have beautiful natural and manicured landscapes. It's the little babbling creek running by.
You said it feels so different when you drive into it.
It's like a hidden gem. You know, you drive off the road, you enter into the main gates, and it is like you've entered into a whole different world. It's just breathtaking.
Share with me a little bit about your staff and what's their goal on the wedding day.
We have about 45 staff members, and most of those will be involved one way or another in this special day. A lot of them will be behind the scene, of course, but it is amazing to see how they all come together and make this special day everything the couple had imagined.
As I like to mention, food is a big part of wedding days, so tell me a little bit about your kitchen in the restaurant.
So we are proud to say that we have a 4-diamond restaurant called the Ivy Dining Room, and our culinary team will do whatever they can to prepare the dishes that had been chosen. Also, in today's society, there are many dietary restrictions, and that too is not a problem for a culinary team to accommodate that.
So when the couples are coming in for a tasting, do you usually let them do that in the location that they're going to get married?
Yes, yes. We want them to get that true feel, you know, of what it's going to be like on the actual day. Yes.
At the Ben Miller Inn, there's also the spa side. Tell me about what's available there.
So we have a full spa on site in the River Mill building. This spa offers massage, aesthetic treatments, and also a wide variety of holistic treatments. In the same building, we have also a hot tub and an indoor heated pool, And all of this is overlooking the gorgeous Maitland River.
Stephanie, share with me what's your role at the inn.
I am the wedding coordinator at Ben Miller Inn & Spa.
Take me through the steps when you meet with the couple for the first time.
Sure, so I like to start off by meeting with them to go over what their ideal wedding day looks like. I enjoy giving them a tour of the facility, showing them the rooms and the different venue spaces we have to offer.
Share with me a little bit about the locations, the different places they can get married.
So we have 3 outdoor venue locations. One is our riverside, so it's along the Maitland River with a really gorgeous view. We have Creekside, so the ceremony actually takes place right beside a babbling creek, so it's a beautiful atmosphere. And our last location is our patio.
What type of feeling do you give for the smaller weddings?
So there's a very romantic ambiance that we offer at Ben Miller Inn. We also actually offer elopements. So a couple of months ago, we had a couple come in and Monique and I were actually their witnesses.
That's special to be a part of that day.
Yes.
Share with us what's included for weddings at the Ben Miller Inn.
So we offer a complimentary rehearsal the night before. We also offer the setup and tear down of the wedding day, and that's done by our amazing team. We also provide the chairs, tables, and all the linens necessary for their day, as well as a 15% wedding discount on all of our rooms. So for the accommodations for the guests, that include a breakfast in the morning.
Why do you think couples fall in love with the site when they come to see it?
Well, our initial tour with the couple, they often instantly just fall in love with the surroundings. No matter what time of year or season, whether it's snowy or just blooming or the dead of summer, it's just gorgeous.
Your location is so big and so full of natural beauty. Why do you suggest a photographer comes early and scopes out the place?
Yes, to scope out the property, because we have 25 acres, there's both the landscape elements and architectural elements that are perfect for wedding photos, because that is a huge part of most people's ceremonies. So we have spiral staircases that are on 2 of our buildings that are very popular for taking pictures, as well as laneways beside the river or creekside. So there's many opportunities, and it's best for them to have a shot list before they come.
Thank you, ladies, for coming into studio and describing to me your beautiful location.
Thank you so much for having us. It was a pleasure.
If you're looking to have your wedding by a beautiful riverside, you must go to the Ben Miller Inn Spa and meet Stephanie, or go to the Showcase Wedding website and click on the link. Are you grooms ready to look your best? Raymond from Sur Mesure is here to teach us all about suits. Raymond, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, when we think about suits, there's always a tradition to it. Talk to me about that.
Well, traditionally, you would think of a wedding as a very formal affair, and what guys think of the most is a black tuxedo. Now, if you're going very ultra formal with a black tuxedo, usually you have a 1-button or a black satin shawl lapel, which can be very, very flattering if that's the sort of vibe you're going for. But a lot of people forget that a wedding is a celebration, so if you can avoid black, I would definitely recommend color. Blues, grays, even a burgundy can actually add a really nice vibrancy. But if you must go black, I would have to say, try out a midnight blue tuxedo. From a distance, it actually appears that it's black, but it's much better for somebody's complexion.
At Sur Mesure, you give a VIP suit fitting experience, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have 7 locations across Canada, 3 in Quebec, 3 in Ontario, and 1 in BC. And we actually do an after-hours party for the groom and the groomsmen. It's kind of a great way for them to have a guys' night together. They can bring in a few beverages, get measured up, choose some of the fabrics, and really have a really nice night together before the wedding. But also, we've started something new for 2018 where we offer on-the-road business services. And when they can't come to us, we'll be happy to send a mobile tailored to them. They can have a nice little gathering in their own residence, and we do the same thing and offer the same Sur Mesure experience.
Wonderful, so they can either come to you or you can have the party at their house.
That's right, yeah, anywhere that they want to have fun.
What do you and your team members take into consideration when you're helping them narrow down their look?
Well, at Surmaster, we like to offer what we call the Surmaster experience. And really part of that experience is our style consultants' expertise. We have over 8,000 fabrics, which can be quite overwhelming for somebody. So what we like to do first is take a fabric and really compare it to their contrast, or what most people know as complexion. We really take into account their skin complexion, their hair color, and their eye color to choose a blue that's maybe best for them, or maybe a red that's best for them, in order to make sure that they look great from head to toe. In terms of the other customizations, you really have your full options. If you can find it on the internet, we can basically make it for you.
So you said you have 8,000 choices of fabric?
Yes, 8,000 fabrics, an abundance of fabrics really at your disposal.
It's not just fabric they have to choose from, it's other accessories and buttons, isn't it?
Yeah, everything that we can in terms of making you proportion. If you are a little bit slimmer, we maybe want to give you a wider lapel to broaden your shoulders. Maybe you want to go for a little bit formal, so we give you more of a 1 button instead of a 2 button, or the traditional 3 on roll button that I have on my jacket here. In terms of the sleeve buttons, even in terms of the customized linings that you can get crazy on the inside and have a little bit more of a personality.
How often would you say that the bride is involved? Does she show up with a picture and ask him to get the same?
Well, often a lot of people would think that a bride is in total control of the wedding, but we found that recently men love to be in control of their look. So yes, they will be coming with a photo sometimes to show us their vision, but guys also have a vision of what they want, and I think that's one of the great things about Surmaster. They come in and we really bring that vision to life.
So they can have their own vision, but they also want it to mesh with what the bride and the bridesmaids are wearing.
Yes, so that's the main advantage of having over 8,000 fabrics. Really, if you bring in a swatch of what your bridesmaids are wearing, we can match it with the suits. But another subtle way to do it and have a guy still have his own voice and have his own perspective is to allow them to choose the colors that they want, and then we match the accessories such as the pocket square or the cuff links that can be custom done as well, or even the buttons to match what the bridesmaids have.
Oh my gosh, options, that's wonderful.
Options are totally on the table for everybody as long as you have the willingness and the bravery to follow through with them.
I know that some women, we don't like to wear the same dress over and over. Is that the same for a suit?
The suit definitely gets worn over and over again by men, especially if they choose one of the colors that can be blue, gray, or even a brown suit. The great thing about the suit is its versatility. If you want to change up the look of the outfit, a blue suit with a pink shirt gives off a totally different vibe than a blue suit with a plaid shirt, or even a gray suit with a lavender shirt. And then you have so many mix and match options, including ties, darker ties for more formal occasions, or floral ties for more of a spring party. So you definitely get more value out of the suit if you go with something classic.
Definitely, just play it up with all the accessories.
Sure.
We would hope that we would want a groom to invest in a new suit for his big day, but fashion comes and goes. If someone already has a suit, how long is it good for?
Well, actually, the current incarnation of the suit has been around since about the 1930s, and I think it's proven over time that it's actually one of the most flattering aspects of a garment that a man can wear, including first impressions. So a suit is definitely something that's in a wardrobe that can last as a staple and as a classic going forward. In terms of the modern suit, it is not necessarily about the styling of the suit, it is actually about the measurements and the cut. So we have several gentlemen who are maybe a little bit older that want something more functional, a little loose, maybe something that is more akin to the 80s that come in and get suits with us. And then we have the gentlemen that like to have something a lot skinnier and maybe have a hard time trouble sitting down, but looks great on the wedding day.
Perfect. You also told me that if they have a suit and the body does change, you can fix that for them.
One of the main components of made to measure, or one of the caveats I should say, is that the gentlemen have to keep their shape. But this being made to measure, and we realize that life happens and maybe guys get a little happy over time, we build in about 1.5 to 2 inches into the seams, which usually means that you can go up or down about 10 to 12 pounds.
So you plan ahead for them to have this suit for a long time.
Of course, we want to make sure that when they choose the best fabric for them, it has the durability, longevity, and the look of a classic man throughout any era.
Having 7 locations across Canada, what feedback have you received from customers?
I think the main feedback that we've received is that they're sad that they didn't find us sooner. The reason is a lot of gentlemen, they don't like shopping. And this totally puts the shopping experience in the mall on its head. Instead of going to a mall and going through racks and racks of clothing of things that you potentially don't even like or wouldn't even buy, This is something that's completely made for you. Now, when you go to the shopping experience at Somerset, all you have to do is pick a fabric, say, that's what I want, and it comes completely made for you and fits perfectly.
And you said once they get their measurements, you keep that, don't you?
That's right. A lot of our customers are repeat customers online. So once their fit is perfected, then all they have to do is go online. They can pick a fabric that they see as a picture rendering, and they can order it straight to their house.
Unless they want to have another party and have everybody over.
Of course. We always welcome to come into the store, feel the fabric. It's always nice to have that experience.
What other misconceptions are there about choosing a suit?
Well, I think one of the misconceptions about a custom suit is that everything needs to feel tight. You can actually have a very slim look and still have functionality. There's a nice middle ground that you can have in that. And also as well, a lot of people are focused on the look of the suit. We really want to focus on the fabric that is best for you to bring eyes up to the communication zone and focus on your face. You are really the guy that should be looking good. It shouldn't be nice suit, it should be you look great. And so when we pick that out, we want to make sure that you walk away feeling confident wherever you go.
Well, Raymond, thank you for coming in the studio. Thank you for both of you being here. I learned a lot today about suits.
Thank you for having me.
Ray brought in 2 looks today, but if you want to see the abundance of choices that they have, go to the Showcase Wedding website and click on their link. Amy, thank you so much for sitting and talking with me, but also while we're here in Toronto, thank you for doing my hair every day.
My pleasure. It's been an absolute blast.
Amy, can you please give me a little background on how long you've been doing hair?
Sure. I started hairstyling about over 20 years in Australia, and about 10 years ago I started specialising in bridal hairstyling with our world-renowned stylist Sharon Blaine.
Now 10, 20 years, do you think it's important that you keep up your education?
Definitely. These days trends are changing so quickly. Our brides are coming to us with Pinterest boards, Instagram pictures, and they want you to be able to recreate these looks for them.
So going into education, you're able to keep up with those trends?
Yeah, every year I spend time either in Australia or going to America, and I educate myself with the best artists that are available in our industry.
So what trends have you been seeing coming up in this season?
I'm finding the trends are really extreme, from high glam to really natural, minimalist, and of course the classic hair that we recently saw Meghan Markle wear.
She's definitely going to start a trend, isn't she?
For sure, and I mean that's such timeless hair, so I'm all on board for that trend.
What would you say is one of the styles that you really enjoy creating?
For me, it's all about the updo. Updos are long-lasting for weddings. You don't have to worry about them once they've been created. And also the updos that we're seeing at the moment can be so soft and romantic, so they can really be adjusted to suit any bride's style.
So as you said, you specialize in hair. Why do you think it's important to have a professional for your big day?
There's so many reasons. One that comes to mind is the timeline. We're the first to arrive on the morning of the wedding, and you want to be ready on time. If we don't get you out on time, then your whole day runs away on you. And also recreating the look from a trial to on the day. Having a specialist, they're going to be able to recreate that look consistently as well for you.
How long is usually a trial with your brides?
We allow 2 hours.
And on the day of, how long do you spend with a bride?
An hour and 15 minutes.
So you need to have that time to prep, get it ready, polish.
Yeah, definitely.
How would you say that preparing a bride for her day is different than the other events that you do?
There's a lot more communication. For most of our brides, it's the first time that they're getting married, so we need to educate them, prepare them, and hold their hand through the experience as well. And that can sometimes be up to a year in advance.
Do you end up making connections with them?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And where can people see other photos of your beautiful work?
On Bridal Hair Collective, our Instagram page, we're constantly updating that, and Instagram stories, you can see all the behind the scenes of our brides' special days.
Amy, how would you describe the look that you gave me today?
Soft glam. We added some hair extensions for volume and for long lasting.
It looks good, it feels good. Thank you so much for taking time out of the makeup room and talking with me here on set.
My absolute pleasure.
Today I'm out at Rideau Pines Farm. We're not far from Ottawa, Ontario. I'm going to be meeting up with Tyler and his team, and we're going to try some of his delicious food from the Smoke Shack. out here today at Rideau Pines Farm and Market. We've got the Smoke Shack and Tyler here today. What is it we're going to be doing?
So we got everything set up for you today at Rideau Pines, just a lovely little wedding venue just outside of Ottawa. We have our food truck, we have our smoker, we have a nice little table set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to provide you guys with a little appetizer, some food, and then give you an idea to see what the ambiance is that we can provide to you.
So you're going to show me what it is you can do for the bride, what it is you bring down, what you supply.
Exactly. I'll give you a little rundown of what we traditionally do for the planning and the organizing of a wedding. What we like to do is we like to bring the bride and groom into the restaurant, give them a little taste of everything that we have to offer. All our meats that we offer are all smoked. We have a bunch of delicious sides that we can offer to you. So we bring you in, let you decide a few of the meats that you want to choose, a few of the sides, and then we can bring that to wherever you've chosen your venue, wedding venue.
Perfect. So besides the food and the amenities, you've got a liquor license, the party going all night.
Yeah, so we can bring our liquor license with you, which just saves you a lot of planning, really. You don't have to deal with the bureau at all. We can bring that with us, and then we can provide you with wines, different wines, any local brew that you're interested in, some Bose, Lugtread. We got Ashland Brewing Company, Beyond the Pale. Pretty much anybody, any kind of beer that you're interested in, we can provide to you.
Perfect.
Yeah. On top of that as well, we also have we can do a late night menu for you. We can do a buffet. We can do mac and cheese. We can do a little pulled pork sliders. Whatever you guys are interested in.
I'm interested in trying.
Yeah. We'll get to that shortly.
So hi, I'm Chef Adam Kelly from the Smoke Shack, and what we're gonna have is some excellent Jamaican jerk chicken made with our in-house jerk sauce, and then we also have our Red Black's ribs, great pork side rib that comes with our honey chipotle sauce, again made in-house. We really pride ourselves on making our own sauces, and some pulled pork that again has Memphis Red, kind of more vinegary based Carolina barbecue sauce for our pulled pork. And then finally we have some wonderful 12-hour smoked brisket with a smoky onion coffee barbecue sauce. And we're able to smoke right here on site, which is, I think, a fantastic finished product for bride, groom, or any event that you're going to be hosting.
Perfect. So Tyler, we're all set up here at this gorgeous table. Please tell me who did all the setup.
So Marianne down at Heirloom Events was nice enough to provide us with all this beautiful stuff here on the table. She's located in and around the Ottawa area.
It gives you that beautiful rustic wedding feel,
Yes,
right on location. Gorgeous job. And Chef Adam has put out all this food for us. Tell me what it is.
So what he's brought out for us is we started with a little bit of appetizers. We have some jerk chicken egg rolls here. We could also do some andouille sausage skewers. We can do some sliders for you. Going over to this is the main event, the big attraction. We got our St. Louis style side cut ribs. We got our pulled pork, our brisket, and then we got our jerk chicken over here. Then just in front right here, we have some vegetables that were picked probably 45 minutes ago, just in the Rideau Pines farm behind us.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, right here. And then we have our famous mac and cheese.
Everything looks delicious. I can't wait to try it.
Pretty tasty.
Thank you for watching this episode of Showcase Wedding. I am your host, Rebecca Martel. I want to thank all the guests on today's shows and Gina's Closet for providing me with some beautiful gowns. If you would like to be featured on one of our upcoming episodes, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook, or go to the Showcase Wedding website. As always, to the newly engaged brides and grooms, I want to wish you congratulations, félicitations, mazel tov.